Hey guys, what is going on? It's me, BikuriBox12 here, and welcome back to another Realm of the Mad God update video. It's here. MotMG Reconstruction 2020 is out. Pretty much everything that I talked about in my most divisive update in RotMG history video is coming here. Some things have been changed, but if you've already seen that video or the forums, then you're probably already familiar with the stuff that's arrived today. We're gonna break this up into 3 different segments. First, the Reconstruction Bonus Program, then the event calendar, and then the Reconstruction update itself. The campaign was announced yesterday, so you may have already seen this. It starts today on September 23rd and lasts all the way until October 26th, with a 2-day grace period where the quests will remain at the Tinkerer. So the way we progress is very simple, very familiar. Unlock the campaign for free, and then throughout gameplay, by killing essentially every boss in the game, it'll drop nail, screw, and plank tokens, each having their own value, and by consuming them, it will put points towards the campaign. The more you grind for, the more points you get, the more tiers you unlock. You can spend gold to donate towards the campaign further, but it's heavily advertised as being a free-to-play campaign. However, making purchases in the Nexus or Mystery Shop will not count towards your campaign progress, which was kind of... So what kind of rewards are we looking at here? Well, it's broken up into Candies of Extreme Maxing, Mystery ST Chests, Golden Lucky Clovers, Character Slot Unlocker, couple of new skins, construction themed, very cool, and then various items like these toolboxes that we will use to exchange for items in the Tinkerer. We have brand new UT weapons for every type, armors, and hard hat wearing skins for every class. The game even provides us with not 1, not 2, but 3 free MotMG packs to help get us started. A few courtesy nails, screws, and planks, 8 Candies of Extreme Maxing, 1 for each stat, which means you can fully 8-8 a character from scratch. That's kind of insane. I guess they want us to be ready for Exaltation. And we're also given some free clipboards to, once again, exchange for stuff in the Tinkerer. The only items I haven't mentioned yet in the campaign are the hard hats. These are new ST items, a part of the Beginner Construction Worker set. The very first tier that you unlock is the Laborer's Hard Hat. Upon taking damage, you get +5 defense for 5 seconds when in combat, cooldown of 10 seconds, and on shooting, you restore 100 mana when in combat, below 50% MP, 40 HP and 2 attack upon equip, 7% fame bonus. So in combat wasn't just created to nerf pets, it was also to help evolve the combat into this new system. Then at the very end, we have the Foreman's Hard Hat, which is basically a beefed up version of the previous. Upon taking damage, you get +15 defense for 5 seconds, restores 200 mana, below 50%, 40 HP and 6 attack. So these 2 items bookend the entire campaign. At the very end of it, you will need 49,000 bonus points. I'm not even going to do the math on that. Outside of the campaign, we have the Operator's Hard Hat, which is the middleman between the other 2 hats. We also get a very cool Mobile Crane Penguin pet skin, and a Construction Goodie Bag. So not a bad campaign at all. I think it'll be fun, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now we have the event calendar, which details all the dates for which dungeons are having which events. The Nest, September 23rd to 26th. Then we have Shatters, Lost Halls, Crystal Cavern, The Cultist, Void, then Mad Lab, suddenly, Tomb of the Ancients, Mountain Temple, and finally, Oryx's Sanctuary to cap it off. During this time, Davy Jones' Locker and the Manor of the Immortals will be having a 1.5 times XP and loot event, followed by Parasite Chambers and Cursed Library, UDL and Abyss, Sea Depths and Sprite World, then Ice Cave and Lair of Draconis. Pretty much everything but the Snake Pit is covered here, leaving almost no stone unturned. I like that. From September 28th to October 4th, we have a new event god in town, the Appetizer. I believe he is specializing in dropping pet food and probably various tokens. Following that, the Keeper is coming back, and apparently, I haven't tried it out for myself yet, but he has some new tricks, new patterns, new behaviors. And then after that, we have the 2 times event whites from October 12th to the 18th. And while all that is going on, certain runes will be passively unlocked for Oryx's Sanctuary, depending on the date. Starting right now up until October 1st, the Helmet rune is automatically unlocked, so you don't need that one. After that, the Shield rune, then the Sword rune, and then for 8 days at the very end, all runes are unlocked. Guaranteed O3 access. They wanted this to be the biggest MotMG ever, and they are certainly proving that. Finally, we have all of the Reconstruction. They start off by giving a farewell to Flash. RotMG is officially no longer playable on the Flash client. It's been removed from Steam, no longer accessible on the website. It's in the past now. There's also a very long list of changes they've provided. I'm going to try and speed run through this while still getting the most important information. First, the Vital Combat is here, and it works exactly how we were told it would. The effects of Vitality and Wisdom are doubled. So if you have 40 vitality, it's really like you have 80 now. So whenever you get hit and you're put into in combat, these values are cut in half, but it's what we're already used to. This also adds an extra 2 seconds for your pet to provide heals, so you can't just face tank a bunch of damage and expect your pet to massively heal you out of every situation. The amount of damage to enter the in combat state is scaled based on your defense. Next, we have the class balancing, and for the Paladin, damaging effectiveness has been reduced from a 50% increase to 25. Max HP no longer heals you. Some stats were altered for balancing's sake. Mystic Orbs no longer give Berserk, which is how they used to function before they got buffed, but this does make Bearer and Conflict more powerful now. Warrior now has Wizmod, a basically non-existent cooldown on the helmets, including Jug. And the Priest, oh the Priest, it happened. Wand damage was increased to make it more powerful, and tomes were nerfed to high heaven. Puri in particular was the big talk of the town. It was actually given a lower MP cost, and an increase to the wisdom and vit, but a big nerf to the heal, and the purification on group is now a purification to yourself, which I'm still not really sure about. But it looks like the whole cooldown is gone, so I guess they did take our feedback into account. Many status effects from enemies have been weakened or changed. Couple of buffs, but mostly nerfs. Oryx's 60-second weakening duration is now only 15 seconds, thank goodness. Marble Colossus doesn't blind anymore, he merely silences. Silence in general has been used as a replacement for quiet. I'm wondering if they plan on completely doing away with quiet as a whole. But yeah, there's a lot of these here. Dagger damage has been increased so that it's no longer threatened by the now increased wand DPS, which includes Dirk of Cronus. They buffed it. They did it again. Loots no longer have a cooldown, it seems. Quiver of Thunder basically doesn't have one. And the Fungal Breastplate had its vitality cut in half, which, given this new update, I'm not surprised to see. Now we have the Exaltations, which also work exactly how they did before. When you complete a certain number of one type of endgame dungeon on an 8/8 character, that class will have its corresponding stat permanently increased by 1, or 5 in the case of HP and mana. And this is a permanent increase. All future classes that you make will also have this perk. We also have the 4 item-based exaltations. Fast Learner gives you an increase to your XP gain on that class. Mastery gives you extra damage on your weapon. Armor proficiency decreases your in-combat duration. And weapon proficiency increases your drop rate chances. What we didn't see last time, however, were the rewards you would get. When you reach a milestone, like unlocking all the bonus stats of one class, or 25 total exaltations, you will unlock a skin, either of the class you maxed out, or a pet skin. The pet skins start off very tame, but also classic. We can finally have the Nexus Sheep pet skin as a companion. Mini Gil, the Stone Brothers or Stone Guardians. Janus, the Fate Gazer, you can actually see his 2 faces here. And then Oryx, the Exalted Pet. That is, without a doubt, the most divine pet-looking skin we have. But where my attention was drawn most was at the character skins. These look incredible. The colors, the shading, the composition, all of it. Of course, the Night one looks the best, as always. He has like some of the best skins in the game. He's wearing the Oryx Divinity set. The Warrior has a Jug helmet. The Dagger classes all have Cronus. Honestly, it's the one incentive that's going to push me to try and exalt everything. You also get a golden statue of that given character in your vault, which also look exceptional. We're still not done yet though, folks. Dungeon reconstruction is here. A lot of the lower tier dungeons like Snake Pit, UDL, Abyss, Pirate Cave, Spider Den, they have all received a massive graphical overhaul. Even some of the mechanics and content has been changed. New UT items were added to help give new players a better chance. I remember I was in complete awe of how the Pirate Cave looked, but honestly, the Abyss is such a different experience now. It's like every dungeon is the ancient ruins now, in terms of quality. Yes, of course, the old sprites are nostalgic and they mean a lot to us, but to continue on the more advanced path that Unity can allow for, this is an absolutely necessary step, and you can't argue the quality here. They're also incorporating a new tiered loot bias system. So, depending on the character that you're playing on, the loot that you get from enemies are now more likely to be items for that class. It's only been implemented into these beginner dungeons for now, but they say that they have plans for incorporating it into other areas. This would make grinding for a certain white bag in a dungeon that has more than one so much more time efficient. Lastly, we have a bunch of polish changes, too many to count, but the most important things here is that many enemies are now given telegraphs. Like rock dragon bats, now telegraph before they explode, and they even have a spawn location as a rock dragon egg. Gray blobs have also been given a telegraph. Painlings now have a telegraph. The Candyland now has more consistent boss spawning. Mountain Temple, Daichi's intro has been sped up. We have been waiting for little changes like this to happen, and they are happy to finally deliver on it. Lastly, we have drop rate changes. Essentially, almost every white bag in the game has had a drop rate increase. How much of an increase? We don't know. But the event whites are the first to be listed, except for Ray Katana. But yeah, looks like everything. Oryx, Lost Halls, Shatters, Nest, everything has had its drop rate increased. Wow, okay, that was everything. And I didn't even go fully in depth here, but I think I have to agree with them. This is the biggest update in RotMG history. With that being said, I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. Alright. See ya.